When I first heard the term glycocalyx, I was reading a book a year ago, or about a year ago, from Malcolm Kendrick, The Clot Thickens. And in this book, he talked about a glycocalyx that lines the internal aspect of the blood vessels. So it's a protective, jelly-like substance that allows cells to move through without difficulty through our blood vessels. Glycocalyx. And the thickness of the glycocalyx depends on what area of the blood vessel it's located in. But since then, I've come to find out that the glycocalyx is also in almost every cell in our human body. It's found in fat cells and muscle cells and red blood cells and white blood cells, and also the endothelial cells of the arteries. It's also found in enterocytes of our gut. So all of these cells have a glycocalyx. Now, what makes up a glycocalyx? Glycoproteins, or proteoglycans, or glycosaminoglycans. These are the building blocks of the glycocalyx, that protective layer. Now, where and what roles does the glycocalyx play? Well, again, it depends on the location, but for the most part, a glycocalyx is a protective layer. It helps to prevent injury, whether it be a physical injury or a chemical injury. It regulates the amount of permeability that cell layer has. It also gives structure. It gives structure to a fat cell or a red blood cell or white blood cell or an endothelial cell or an enterocyte. It gives structure. Now, what can damage the glycocalyx? What damages, what makes it more permeable, or what physical or chemical can disrupt or chip away at the glycocalyx? Well, we mentioned one, high sugar levels. Now, sugar is a component of the glycocalyx, but when it's too much sugar, we cause oxidation. Oxidation leads to free radicals and stress, and that causes more and more damage or chipping away of the glycocalyx. Other things that can disturb the glycocalyx: heavy metals, nanoplastics, smoking, drinking alcohol. How about shear forces like high blood pressure? How about oddly shaped cells like sickle cells of red blood cells that can chip away at the glycocalyx? And so over time, this chipping away or the destruction, damaging the glycocalyx, allows decreased membrane stability, increased permeability, increased inflammation. And when inflammation occurs, cells come to the rescue to help patch these areas up. That could be more white blood cells, more red blood cells. These things lead to clotting. That's why we get clotting occurring in the arteries. This is just one aspect of the glycocalyx that I might have just limited my knowledge of, but since reading and always learning, you guys always have to learn. Where else is glycocalyx located? Most every cell. So look into it, guys. We can talk more about it in future reels or on our live streams on the weekends. You guys have a great day. See ya.